welcome to game 2 of a match against Yuri. I somehow stole the first one. I'm not quite sure what happened there, but we move on to game 2. We've got all the stuff here. We've got trashing and scrap, and displace. Hamlet's a village. Lackeys for villagers. Council room for draw. Count for thinning or payload. Cargo ship for setting up and payload. Capital for taking on debt. Barbarian for being mean. There's not really a super easy way to activate Sheepdog. Your opponent's Barbarian is actually the best way. I guess Displace. Yeah, maybe we play with a bunch of Sheepdogs here, and if they start trashing stuff with Barbarian, you just like draw your deck, which is pretty cool. If you draw stuff dead, you can discard the Sheepdogs for arena points. But I think I'm just building up to like displace tricks, so thinning with scrap estates, and then displace coppers into lackeys. Maybe we get a count depending on the price points and trash coppers, and then we get some golds, displace the golds into provinces, and so on. That deck's a little bit sensitive to barbarians, so maybe we just get a bunch of sheepdogs as well, and then if they start attacking us with barbarian, we get a ton of draw. And lackeys is for the early acceleration. Here we'll hit something. Most likely we'll hit 4. We'll draw 2 coppers and buy a sheepdog. If we draw the scrap, then obviously we'll play the scrap and take coin card or card horse, or depending on, this is a time we can actually take plus card without action, because we'll most likely draw a copper. And even if we draw an estate, we're pretty happy to thin the estate out. It could already be a cargo ship here. Cargo ship seems like a decent card. Okay, they went double scrap. Bottom 4 cards, scrap, estate, 3 coppers. I'm gonna hit 3 next turn, probably. I could take card coin next turn. I'm gonna gain a sheepdog here, or a cargo ship. I think I'm gonna take a cargo ship next turn. I can get Hamlet lackeys if I want. Cargo ship will maybe let me set up a count in 2 turns. Normally I take a horse in this situation. So I could turn the estate into horse, like horse silver, buy a Hamlet, but I think buy coin, buy Hamlet lackeys is best. The villagers are quite nice to have. Yeah, once I see them start going for barbarian, I don't know, even like with displace, I'm displacing something into something, the sheepdogs seem valuable. My coin. This is not a super great start, but I guess we can start drawing on. Okay, I think I'll take the count now. Those bottom 5 cards are Hamlet, scrap, and 3 coppers. So grab the count now. Sometimes with barbarian, you need to be quite careful not to get too thin. Otherwise, like if you're playing a golden deck, well, golden deck is fine, but if you're playing a thinnish displaced gold deck, you can be in a bit of trouble. I guess I'll discard the scrap for action and draw on. Gain copper, trash hand. Feel pretty good about that turn. We can also displace lackeys into stuff. Okay, they get their count off on the same turn. Alright, so this is going to be coin, horse, and grab ourselves a displace. I don't actually think I'm going to discard with the count trash with the count any more times, but maybe if I draw a bunch of coppers one turn, I will. Getting a council room here could be good, or maybe just a couple more sheepdogs. A couple more. I don't have any sheepdogs. I'm also letting them win the arena split, so I should pay attention to that. Like, am I really going to play both these lackeys? Yes, actually. I think so. Well, I can't actually play both the Lackeys. All right, so displace copper into displace copper into Lackeys. Into Lackeys. We draw with Lackeys. We draw with horse. Cargo ship. So what am I doing this turn? Yeah, I want to get more Hamlets this turn, I guess. So the count has done its work, I think. Card action, buy coin horse. And we get a Hamlet. And we'll set that aside. We'll also get a Sheepdog. Yeah, okay, so I can displace Lackeys into something that I would like. Maybe another Sheepdog and then draw with the Sheepdog. And look this turn to buy a council room, I think. I should have enough money to do that. Maybe I don't have enough money to do that. I might need to scrap something for a silver. I could also displace a Lackeys into a cargo ship, which lets me have alternating cargo ships. Did I not take free arena points last turn? I don't remember. I think I ended up playing all my actions. Okay, they've got their displace now. So we can discard for action. We'll draw once. We'll play this horse. You can also remodel the horse or displace the horse into something good. I think that's actually going to be better. Displace the horse into like the council room, which it's going to let them draw one, but it's going to make my deck more reliable. Discard for action. Displace horse into council room. Draw with the Sheepdog. Discard piles copper council room. So I need like a little bit of money just to get me going, but I think like silver coin is enough to get me going. Next turn, I just need to hit 6 one more time. One time. And I'm going to get another Sheepdog, I think. And again, I'm ignoring the arena points, I guess. I'm fairly content to, once I have my gold online, just use buys on like Lackeys. Like I have a couple coins I spend on Lackeys, but some turns you'll end up having some golds lying around. And there are arena points available to me. I don't want to completely lose that battle. I can also, like, depending on how it goes, I've got a horse in exile too, so at some point I'll grab a horse out of exile. Maybe that's even this turn. Like, scrap Lackeys into action horse, then draw with the Sheepdog. Maybe I'll never play this council room. I'll just displace it into gold, depending on how the draws work. But I think having a little extra draw can't hurt too much. And maybe I discard it to arena. This felt like it's gone a little bit slow for a Lackeys scrap kingdom. They're double scrap opening into... Double scrap into count? Is that right? They opened scrap, Sheepdog, Lackeys, count trash. With arena, with Sheepdog, like these are all complicated cards to play. So just getting like double Sheepdogs here. All right, so we're taking action horse. Play the council room. Discard for action. I feel like I've got enough buys for what I want to do this turn. Okay, this is not a terrible shuffle. I've just got a copper and 2 horses in there. So we will discard for nothing. I could discard something. I can discard a copper for action. But what am I buying this turn? I would like to play a cargo ship and displace. Might as well discard this Lackeys. My next turn is going to be quite good with 2 horses on top. Right? I don't have a count anymore, but I'm not too worried about that. I really need to get a gold. But it looks like that's going to have to be next turn. So, copper to Lackeys seems reasonable to me. We can even set that aside if we want. I think I don't want to. I'm going to set aside a Sheepdog, I think. And one more Hamlet. And I should be able to displace into a gold this turn. By province, even. I don't actually think that's possible. I have overdraw here. I can scrap something of value. I wonder even about like displacing a horse into capital and then buying a province here and then switch over to the gold stuff next turn. They have seen the use in my council room ways. They've also seen the use in my scrapping count ways. So our decks were a little bit different, and now they've more converged onto each other, it looks like. They have more silvers than me, maybe. Okay, it's a good start. We'll lead with 1 horse. All right, so we're already scrapping Lackeys, I think. I can play the Hamlet to discard for action, certainly. Scrap Lackeys into silver horse. Draw with all 3 of those. Nice. Okay. Yeah, so my thought here is displace the horse into a capital and buy displace the horse into a capital and buy a province this turn. And then I'll displace the province into gold next turn, and then the capital into gold. Maybe I need a second displace then. So maybe I'm displacing this horse into displace and buying a gold. I could also displace the horse into a cargo ship. Discard for action. And buy? I think I've decided to play this council room here. To a cargo ship. Discard for action. Draw. Play the cargo ship. Take some arena points. And yeah, I think I'm fine taking a gold here. I want to start displacing gold to province. And if they get a second displace, I can always displace gold to province, buy a second displace. I overdrew here. I discarded more than I needed to. Which maybe will set up a bad shuffle here, but we'll see. So, as I said, our decks are in similar states. They maybe have a little bit less copper than me. Not 100% sure on that. They've got 3 coppers, so I've got 3 coppers. We've both got 2 silvers. I'm the only one with the Lackeys. I've got the 2 cargo ships. They've got 4 more arena points than me, I guess, is going to be the difference here at the end of this turn. And then I've got the 2 cargo ships, which seems like a pretty nice thing to have. So they gained a Barbarian. I'm a little bit sad I have no Sheepdogs in hand. I have 3 in a deck of 16 cards, so I guess I'm not guaranteed to have a ton of them in hand. But it's a little bit sad. Like, maybe I will just now focus this turn on getting more Sheepdogs. I feel like Sheepdogs drawing you a ton of cards is like a huge downside for Barbarian. And I'm fairly likely to have at least 1 Sheepdog in hand. And it's like 50-50 that I get to play 2, I think, in my current deck size. If they were to hit my Displace, that could be very, very bad. That's really the only card that I'm worried about them hitting. I can buy another council room or gain another council room. But yeah, and gold is annoying, but I can just gain a capital. Yeah, we'll gain a Lackeys. That's really sad, though. That I have no Sheepdogs in hand. I should have Sheepdogs in hand and get to draw off of that. Maybe they're thinking they're behind, so they're going to risk it and play crazy because they're behind. Not crazy, play high variance, I will say, is the term. But it just seems like a very bad play to me. All right, we will discard for action. Draw with the Lackeys. We'll draw with the horse. Okay, we'll discard for action here. We'll displace the gold into province. Draw. What do I have down there? Stuff I want to see, I think. Lackeys. It's in my exile. Horse and gold. So I want to get another horse out and buy a Sheepdog. So scrap Lackeys for card horse. Action. Lackeys for card horse. Play the cargo ship. And just get 2 Sheepdogs here if I really want to. And I think I will. I've got a points lead now. The piles are low. I don't think they have enough gains to end, but I may have enough gains to end on my turn, especially if they lower. They've got 2 buys with scrap. 2 gains with Hamlet. Maybe I need to take a green card here. So 3 buys with Hamlet. 2 buys with scrap. But they don't have money. They're not going to get more than like 8 money in a turn. And 1 gain with Displace. So I think 2 Sheepdogs is safe enough for me here. And then I can potentially draw huge if they play Barbarian. And I can go remodel or displace province into gold and buy a bunch of stuff next turn. I'll set 1 aside just so I haven't. Oh boy. Maybe I shouldn't have set either aside. Hopefully they have to play their council room first and I draw a Sheepdog. But the whole Sheepdogs counter Barbarian only works if you actually draw them. This is an interesting start. They don't discard for action. They're scrapping the Lackeys. Well, they have all their Sheepdogs in hand. Or a Sheepdog in hand. This is, yeah. I am frustrated by my not having Sheepdogs in hand here. I really am. And they just immediately hit a province. They didn't even draw their council room. Okay, I'm in okay shape here. Can I win now? Not now that I've lost all that VP, I don't think. But if I go duchy into gold, I have 2 golds. I have a silver. I have some coppers. The question is, can I get 3, 7, 13 coins worth of money? No. So I have to go duchy into gold by province here. Um, I will have a lot of money once I've gone duchy into gold by province. This is very upsetting not to have any sheepdogs in hand twice in a row, though. It feels quite unlucky. Yeah, I won't do the math. It feels quite unlucky. All right, well, we're gonna need to play some horses, so we'll go ahead and do that. We'll play this council room early, I think, just so we can do this. I think I'm looking to scrap this horse. Discard for action. So we're gonna scrap the horse for I don't think I need cards, so it's coin silver horse. Activate, activate, activate. Not activate. We'll wait to activate this one till the very end. I should have a duchy down here that I can draw. So if the Hamlet draws the duchy, I'm in good shape. Otherwise, I have to play the Lackeys and use some villagers, which I guess is fine. Oh, I have a horse too, so might as well draw. All right, so we displace duchy into gold. Gold. We discard for action. Keys. So this is 8. This is double province here, which I think I just take. I was not that far from my 16 money to pile out sheepdogs. We'll set one aside. Okay, I found a sheepdog in the opening hand, which is nice. So if I have 16 money again next turn, I just need to get to 6 buys to get Hamlet Lackeys Sheepdog, which actually costs 13 money. Natural buy plus 3 Hamlet buys plus council room plus scrap, so that's 6 buys plus a gain. And hopefully I get a bunch of draw here where I can draw with these sheepdogs twice, potentially even, depending on how many I find. And having double province there, I feel pretty good about my chances. Yeah, I don't know what to say here. They got the gold late. They got this Barbarian, which I think was just... This is infuriating. The first time I actually have a sheepdog in hand, they exile the Barbarian. But it feels like they got their gold pretty late, and that they should not have gotten a Barbarian, I don't think. Maybe we both got golds late. Maybe we both should have... Like, the turn I trashed Count, maybe I should have just played the Count and bought a gold that turn. And then I think I would be a little bit ahead of where I am now. It seems quite tough for them to double province here, in which case I think the pilot is relatively simple for me. I just have to draw, and I've been overdrawing. And I think I even have an extra horse in the deck still. Yeah. So the goal, okay. They've drawn me a lot of cards. I don't see how they can double here. I don't see how they can score 11 points, I guess is my... So this is already 6 in hand. I don't think I can displace into province and buy a province. turns, but it looks like I'm going to have a VP lead, so I just have to find 13 money, and so it's basically 10 money and 6 gain, 5 buys. Okay, we'll discard for action, buy, draw, draw. I can draw with this Lackeys, I don't need my villagers. Discard for action, buy, play. Is this already it? This is 10, 12, 13, and 6 buys. For action, buy, draw. Okay, yeah, this is it. Trash Displace for card buy coin silver horse, play cargo ship, and buy all the things. Okay, got another win. Pretty nice to start a match out like that, and we move on to game 3.